They say below these vibrant alpine waters in Utah's northeastern corner lurks a scaly, slithery monster waiting to drag unsuspecting swimmers to the murky deep. Many people believe that monsters live among us. Bigfoot, Chupacabra, my roommate, who insists on clipping her toenails on the couch whenever I have guests over. But Utahns are no strangers to strange happenings, which is why we are joined here today by Dr. Lynn McNeil. Dr. McNeil is a professor of folklore at Utah State University, the perfect person to ask about the Bear Lake Monster and some of Utah's other myths and legends. Dr. McNeil, welcome to Bear Lake. So tell us about the Bear Lake Monster.
Don't let these peaceful waters fool you, because some people say that the monster living in them is anywhere from 40 to 200 feet long, a dark brown color with big serpentine humps moving through the water, and a giant head that some say looks like a crocodile or an alligator.
Doctor, I think I might need a checkup.
I'm not that kind of doctor.
So how did this legend get started? And when was the first sighting of this monster?
The first documented report of the Bear Lake Monster was in 1868, when Joseph C. Rich, a correspondent for the Deseret News, told the story that lots of locals, especially the native Shoshone population here, had been seeing this monster.
I don't think we're going in the water today.
It looks pretty safe out there right now.
Didn't this Deseret News reporter admit to making it all up?
Well, yeah, he did. But it's true that both before and after his newspaper article, there were still active stories and lots of people saying they'd seen the Bear Lake Monster with their own eyes. Legends really exist best in ambiguity. It's not about belief, it's not about disbelief, it's kind of the space in between the two. We need both of those sides to make legends live.
Balance is key, you say? Legend or fact? What will it be? So what is there to do at Bear Lake if you're not so into all these tall tales?
You can swim, you can boat, you can kayak, paddleboard, you can hike, you can ride your bike all the way around the lake. There's also the Bear Lake Monster Winterfest. There's a polar plunge, a regatta. People even make boats designed to look like the Bear Lake Monster.
Don't mind if I do.
It's pretty awesome.
We turn our attention away from some super sus stories to visit a very real oddity, one with an unusual history. So where exactly are we?
We are in Allen Park in Salt Lake City. But if you ask a number of locals, they might tell you instead that we are in a place called Hobbitville.
Did you hear that, buddy? You dressed the part. This place has quite the history. Who dreamed up this strange spot?
This park was originally started by Dr. George Allen in the early 1930s. He was a local physician, and he was known as just a really good guy. He offered medical services to a lot of people who couldn't afford it. He also was an animal lover. One of the first things he did was move in a bunch of animals. There was an elephant, there was a chimpanzee, there were a bunch of reindeer. Even now, you might see some of the descendants of his original peacocks.
Are there any urban legends surrounding the park? Like, are there actual hobbits that live here?
Local legend has long held that this was a community of hobbits, or at least little people living in this park. So this is what some folklorists have called an idiosyncratic community. It's weird and it needs explaining. Legends and rumors come in to tell us what's up. So we have these small buildings, it's rustic, it's obviously natural, and the number one story that's kind of cropped up in the last few decades to explain it is Hobbitville.
When can people explore the park, and what should they be on the lookout for?
The park is open every day to the public from sunrise to sunset. So as long as the sun's up, you're good to explore. Definitely be on the lookout for peacocks. Unexpected poetry, often mosaicked into sculptures, benches. art around the houses and the houses themselves.
Do you think we'll see any hobbits? It's been a long, strange trip.
Ooh.
What's this?